They see the steel, the blade, the crest upon my chest. They see a knight, a symbol, unyielding, unbroken, unafraid. But they do not see the man beneath, the ribs aching from years of breathless silence, the fingers calloused not just from war, but from holding grief too tightly. I was not born in iron. I was born in innocence, a boy who played in mud, who laughed at clouds shaped like dragons. But one day, the laughter stopped, not because I outgrew it, but because the world demanded silence. They handed me a sword before I knew how to pray, and said, "Be brave, protect, do not break." Glory. What a fickle companion. It whispers to the crowd when I raise my sword, but goes mute when I bury my friends. They cheer for victories they did not bleed for, and I smile, not because I am proud, but because I must. Because they cannot carry what I carry. They could not bear the smell of burning hope, nor the silence after a brother's final breath. Do you know what solitude truly is? It is not the absence of people. It is standing among them, unseen. I have dined with kings, yet found more comfort speaking to my horse in the dead of night. I have danced with ladies in gold-lit halls, but never felt more naked than when alone with my thoughts. This armor is not protection. It is prison. My skin holds scars, yes, but the deepest ones you cannot see. There are wounds time ignores, memories that no healer can touch. I still wake to phantom cries, some from the enemy, some from those I could not save, some from myself. The sword taught me to survive, but never how to heal. Steel rusts. Even legends fade. The once mighty grip weakens. The battles blur into one long shadow. I used to chase purpose like a wolf chases the moon. Now I wonder, was I ever more than a blade? Or was I just what the world needed me to be? Here is the truth they do not tell you. Sometimes, courage is not charging into war. It is waking up when you no longer wish to. Sometimes, strength is not in lifting the sword, but in knowing when to lay it down. I have fought monsters, but the fiercest one looked like me in still water. And yet, there is still something within me, a flicker, not of vengeance, but of meaning. Not all battles are won by blade. Some are won in silence, in forgiveness, in choosing to rest without shame. I do not know how my story ends, but I know this. I will not die roaring. I will not die clinging. I will die knowing that I was more than what they asked of me. That beneath the armor, there was a man, flawed, tired, but real. And that is enough. So now I ride not toward war, but toward peace. Toward a dawn not shaped by conquest, but by quiet. If they remember me, let them remember the silence I carried, the mercy I offered, the weight I bore, so others could walk unbroken. And if they do not remember me, That is peace too. But before I rest, I must confess something. There were times I wanted to break the vow. Times I looked at my blade and saw not a weapon, but a mirror. A reflection of everything I lost, trying to become someone else. And yet, I stayed. Not for the crown, not for the songs, but for those who believed I could be more than the armor I wore. I have walked through fields where nothing grows, where the soil remembers every drop of blood spilled upon it. Even in silence, the land mourns. And I walk as both mourner and memory. For the night does not only bury the fallen, he carries their names in the marrow of his bones. They will tell stories of dragons and banners, of castles burning and kingdoms saved, but they will never speak of the cold that creeps in after battle, of the helmet that smells of sweat and sorrow, of the nights I wept beneath the stars, asking no god in particular if it was worth it. Perhaps peace is not a place, but a person. And maybe that person lives quietly inside me now, waiting for me to return, to lay down my armor, not in surrender, but in acceptance. So if you ever meet a knight who walks without his sword, do not ask what he's lost. Ask what he's learned. And if he pauses, know that some answers are too sacred for words, and some battles are finally over.